Hey, I'm the Extremely Partial Commentator, and I wanted to do a video update about the game today. If you watched the live stream, great. If not, anytime Stoke's playing, that is in the Premier League, come here, come to the channel. I'll be doing a live stream commentary. If you can't get access to the game, well, then I'll be giving you updates and doing a play-by-play. Now, today was the first time. It was a little rough. I was really tired. I woke up about 2 minutes before the game started and got everything going. If you watched, again, thank you. If not, catch it next week. I think it's going to get better with time. Takes a little practice. Never done commentary for a sports event like that before, so I'm learning. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the game and about Stoke and about where I think they're at right now. Low energy for me today, and part of that's because I woke up 2 minutes before the game started. But part of that is because of Stoke. It's been a really, really disappointing start to the season. We have one goal. No goals from open play. Pardon me, we have 2 goals from a free kick and a penalty in 4 games. And that doesn't sound too bad, but we've also conceded 10 goals in those 4 games. So, really bad start, worrying signs. We saw this last season with Stoke where they would just give in to a team. They'd just fall down and give up games, losing them 3-0, 4-0. Disappointing to see that again. It's definitely something Mark Hughes has an issue with and something he has to address because it's completely unacceptable to have that happen as much as it does. And Stoke tends to go on a run. I mean, when I saw the Manchester City game, Stoke lost 4-1, I was worried about more games like this because last season we had 3 in a row that we lost 3-0. We had a couple blowouts, and Stoke's a better team than that. Defensively, they need to shape up. I said in the commentary, I think Bruno Martins-Indi had a good game. They conceded 4 goals, so defensively it was pretty poor overall. But I think that a lot of the problems with the defense and with Stoke in general right now comes from the fact that it's a team aspect. They're not gelling as a team. And so I think individual players, even though the team's doing really poorly, have had decent games. Even today when they got blown out, I think a couple of players played all right. Bruno Martins-Indi debut played pretty well. Wilfried Bony debut, not a whole lot going on there. He didn't get a whole lot of service in his defense, but also he's, the thing about Wilfried Bony is he's a great striker, and I'm really excited that we signed him. But my fiance is a Swansea fan, so I watched him a lot when he was at Swansea and when he played a lot before he went to Manchester City, and he needs service. He needs good service. And, when he's in the position and you get him the ball, he can do something with it. But I don't think he's the kind of striker who's really going to create a whole lot on his own and, open up that moments. And we don't need that kind of striker. He doesn't need to be that person because we have other players who can open up those moments usually. But, we didn't see a whole lot from him today. I wasn't too disappointed because his first game, he's got to find his kind of place in the team, and right now the team doesn't really seem to. It almost seems like every player needs to find their place, and I think some know what place they have or they should have, but with the new guys coming in, Joe Allen, again, he had a decent game. He was running all over the field. He was on top of balls. He was really paying attention. He was in it. You just didn't see an outcome, and I feel like there's quite a few guys where they're clearly trying and they're clearly putting forth some good effort, but it's lacking, and they need to figure out what's lacking. It's not enough to work hard if you can't get the end result. Now, some of the other guys, they're only going for the end result and they're not working hard enough, but that's a different story. So, back to Bonnie, I think he's going to come good. I think he's a great signing. I think he's going to get some goals this season. Not the best debut. When you lose 4-0, it's a hard debut for anyone. Same with Bruno Martins-Indi. But, hopefully that'll change. I just, again, with the commentary, it's so hard to do that, and it's so hard to be a fan for these first 4 games because it's not. First day was all right. We tied. We got a great free kick. It was fun. Start of the season, everything's, optimistic, but the past 3 games, they've been rough. They've been really rough. I think Everton, we were a little unlucky. Lost 1-0 based on a penalty. But these blowout games we've had where we're giving up 4 goals, that's not okay, and we've got to figure out how to kind of stop that blood flow. How do we make the artery clot? So I kind of alluded to it, but I think one of the things is they're just not getting it as a team. There's not the team aspect right now, and that's killing Stoke. They're not getting it together. We don't see crisp passing. We see all these people. I mean, today, Gianelli Mbula did this so much where he was trying to make something happen. He was trying to individually just burst through, make a run, make a pass, make something that he created, make that kick the team into gear. And we see, I mean, Arnautovic was doing that today. Allen was doing that all day. Everyone trying to kick the team into gear, but that's not working, all these individual efforts. What we need is that teamwork and that cooperation in order to allow for that individual skill to flourish. I mean, I know it sounds maybe you have to have individual skill to create that nice teamwork, but if you're not getting it together as a team, you just have a bunch of people making really great passes and really great runs for absolutely nothing. And we're just not there yet. And we also, Stoke, they've got to figure out how to kind of wrap the team around reinforcing the defense, because the defense, we have good defending players. Even though we don't have Jack Butland right now, Shea Given's a good deputy, but we got to have other people tracking back. We've got to have stuff stopped in midfield. Defensive play in midfield has been one of our... I don't know that exists for Stoke yet this season. So hopefully that can get sorted out, and hopefully we can figure out how to focus a little bit more on, calming down the goals that are going in our net. And once we can start getting clean sheets, which we haven't had in, I believe it's 13, 14 games, something like that now, and that's unacceptable. You're never going to get any kind of points with that. Even if you can get a couple goals, if you keep leaking that many every game, you're always going to tie or lose. So I think that's something that's really got to get sorted out. Mark Hughes getting thrown off. He was really humble about it. He apologized. I don't know how much that affected the game, honestly. I mean, the first 15 minutes we saw what Stoke is capable of, but then it all kind of went to crap. And Tottenham, I think, before they scored in that first half, looked like the team that was going to score. So, I'm looking forward to next week. It's a I think easier game to a degree. Tottenham, I would say, is a better team than Crystal Palace, but it's an away game, and we're just going to have to hope that the extra day, because it's on Sunday, gives us enough time to kind of get our stuff together, and we need to get a win. We are sitting bottom of the table. Our goal differential is pathetic. We need a win right now. Otherwise, things could start to get dire. And we got to figure out this season how to stop these major slides and these major 4, 5, 6 game periods where we play awful, just absolutely awful. We play worse than any other team. And then we got to figure out how to really channel the days when we are playing like a team who should be in, 6th, 5th place. So I think those are some of the changes. Hopefully, I don't know what's going on in the back room. I don't know if Mark Hughes is under any kind of pressure. He's not under any kind of pressure from me yet, but he's got some major issues that he's had with the club for a while. Like I said, games where they're giving up 4 goals where they just lie down. That's got to stop, and that's not a thing that's happening this season, or even that wasn't a thing that was new to the end of last season. That's something we've had since he came in, so that's got to get sorted. But if you want to watch the game, just whenever Stoke is live, whenever if you can't watch the game and you want to listen to the commentary, whenever Stoke is live, just come to the channel. It's hard because I live somewhere and you probably live somewhere in a different time zone, so the commentary starts when the live game starts. So if the live game starts at 3 o'clock in your local area, then I'm the commentary, it's going up at 3 o'clock in your local area. So next week, it's Sunday, the game. It's against Crystal Palace. I have high hopes. And hopefully the commentary gets funner, and hopefully the season gets funner, because right now it's a little dismal for Stoke fans, but, we'll hang in there. Thanks for watching.